On Deji 360, we don't just ask the questions. What is wrong with amending the Constitution the way the National Assembly members have been doing it? We seek answers.
Constitution is constituent.
Our problem is not lack of laws. Our problem is lack of the willpower to implement our laws.
Answers that provide clarity.
While we negotiate, we should try to make it a point that the girls must be complete.
The clarity you need to make informed judgment so that you can make the right decision and take action. People are saying it is you politicians that are responsible for this, that you are the reason why this is happening.
All these dollars that call themselves governors in this country.
I wish we had people like Tony at the National Assembly.
God forbid that I go to join that panel.
Deji 360, providing clarity to issues. Welcome back. Let's now turn our attention to National Assembly politics. It's no longer news that current Senate President Bukola Saraki will not be returning to the Red Chamber after losing his seat in the just concluded election. He's widely expected to be replaced by a member of the All Progressives Congress in the Senate, since the party actually will form the majority in the next Senate. The APC has a majority of 65 or 66 senators, while the opposition People's Democratic Party has 39 members, and the YPP 1 with the other 4 members yet to be announced. Now, there are already key contenders, most notably Ahmed Lawan, that's a senator representing Yobe North Senatorial District. The former governor of Nasarawa State, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, is also in the running for the presidency of the Senate. We have Senator Alin Dume, and of course, who is of course a ranking senator, and Danjuma Goje, another ranking senator and a former governor of Gombe State. The APC leadership has made it clear its favorite for the Senate presidency is Ahmed Lawan, and for the Speaker of the House of Representatives, it is Femi Gbajabiamila. Even President Muhammadu Buhari has thrown his weight behind the choice of the party, and but then let's just take a listen to the national chairman of the APC and the party spokesperson now as they defend the decision of the party now to back Senator Lawan for the presidency of the Senate and Honorable Gbajabiamila for the Speaker of the House of Representatives.
We're not going to go to the floor of the Senate and allow the opposition to dictate who become the Senate president, because we have comfortable majority to drive that. What we need to do is how to manage that majority.
You can't have 2 Senate presidents. So in this case, considering other factors, the party, and when I say the party, I'm not just referring to NWC, because there was a wide consultation. The idea of taking the thing to the zone is an option, which we have also considered before now arriving at a particular individual from the Northeast.
But then, like we saw in 2015, despite the position of the party, anything can happen. Besides, there's actually no law in the country today that says, or that prevents actually the PDP, that's the opposition party now in the National Assembly, from fielding candidates for those positions we've just talked about. The party has even called on its members of parliament to throw their hat into the ring as well. So we'll wait and see how it all plays out. Joining me from Abuja to talk more about this issue is Senator Anthony Adefuye, who is a one-time senator. Well, Senator, thank you very much for joining us on the program. Let me start off by asking you, what do you make of the drama which is playing out in the National Assembly now over the election of the new leadership of that parliament?
Well, I think you are creating a mountain out of a molehill. Is a natural thing for a party to organize its members in the National Assembly to take over the leadership of the National Assembly if they have the majority votes. They shouldn't cause any. It is not the business of anybody. It's the business of the party and their members in the National Assembly. Now, the reason for this is to prevent what happened in 2015, where another person stood up and challenged his colleague, and at the end of the day, they lost some of the positions to the...
Now, are we not beginning to have a repeat of what happened in 2015? Because we have seen Senator Ali Ndume, also of the APC, come out to say he intends to stand for the election of Senate President as well.
Well, you see, in politics, there must be internal rivalry. You cannot rule that out, but you will see that at the end of the day, is what the party has decided that will happen.
If what the party decided did not happen in 2015, why are you so sure that it will happen in 2019?
Well, in the 2015, the party did not hold meeting with the members and did not dictate, as they did this time, to say, we have all agreed this is going to be the Senate President, this is going to be the Speaker. Nothing like that happened in 2015. If you remember... But in 2015, the party actually had a candidate and he couldn't get that candidate elected into office. Yeah, but there was no meeting giving instructions to the members. There was no meeting. If you remember, the president sent this thing to the National Assembly to reconvene the National Assembly when he himself was outside the country. So this time, you see that the president himself will be present on the day of the election at the National Assembly. So I think...
Now, what do you make of the argument that members of parliament should be allowed to decide for themselves who should lead them, and not a situation where outsiders like the executive and the party leadership decide who gets what?
No, it doesn't work like that. We have what is called zoning. And this zone goes with the presidency, the vice president, Senate president, speaker, and so on and so forth. So if you allow the National Assembly alone to take decisions based on their personal ambition, then you will truncate this zoning arrangement.
You were a former senator. Was it like this during your time?
Yes, it was like this during our time. We had the party came and gave the instructions that this is the way to go, and so on and so forth, and that is the way it was. Even during our time, we don't give the opposition even ordinary chairmanship of committee. No, the ruling party takes all. We have the minority leadership and we have their own positions too. And the minority party takes all of those too. So it is not a place, it is not a market where you go for and begin to struggle for. But if you are from that zone and is zoned to that zone, and then you can have two people come out from that zone, even you find that that zone has also chosen one of them to say, this is the person we want to represent us in this position at the National Assembly. So that's the way it's done. It's not anywhere in the world, that's the way it's done.
Now, we have seen the PDP come out asking its members in parliament to contest for whatever position they choose to, that the rule is that lawmakers should be free to contest. What do you make of that?
Now, I don't know whether they have amended the rules, but before, only the majority party can contest for those positions. But you know, in the last 7th, 6th, 5th assembly, they tampered with so many things, you know, and corruptly too. They tampered with so many things. But usually, in any democracy, once you lead by one, or even ordinary one, you take all the positions there. That is the rule. It's not a rule where you come after losing in the public, you think you can gain here by bribing members and so on and so forth to vote for you. No, it is zoned, and you must follow party instructions. You must follow, if not, the party will discipline you.
Don't you also think that if your party doesn't manage this very well, it might lead to some kind of fiasco like we saw in 2015?
Yes, but we have managed it very well this time. The party caucus sat down with all the members of the National Assembly and they all agreed at these candidates. So we don't expect anybody to go there and oppose whoever has been chosen. If you do so, you are on your own.
All right, thank you very much, Senator Anthony Adefuye, for your contributions and for your time. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, my guest in the studio here will be weighing in on this very, if you like, controversial matter. Stay with us.